Hey guys, and today we're going to be taking a look at the two Doctor Who action figure sets that I was able to pick up from the most recent Christmas toy fair. Stay tuned. So this was my first time ever going to a Christmas toy fair earlier this year, and oh no, last year, sorry. Yeah, of course, it was December 27th, so yeah, last year. Late last year, very late. So yeah, I had a really great time. I got to meet some of the stalls that I'm very popular with. I'm a common customer, and I was able to stretch the budget a little bit further than normal and pick up these very rare and sought after Doctor Who figures. These are both Forbidden Planet exclusive sets, and I could be wrong. I apologize if I am, but I think this set came out in either 2012 or 2013, and this set came out, 2011, maybe 2012. I can't be sure exactly. I could probably just look at the box, but I'm lazy, so yeah. So this set I have wanted for ages. I kept turning it down all the years that I saw it, and everyone was selling it for about £30, which wasn't bad, I guess, because that was what, 5 or 10 quid more than the release price. But I kept turning it down. I kept hoping that I could get it cheaper. I was wrong, because value goes up on the second-hand market, not down. So yeah, the prices that they're selling it for now are significantly higher than £30, but these lovely, lovely women who I'm a regular with, they had a great day, so they actually let me have it for 30, and I was over the moon. I've got my very first Joe Grant figure. I've got the Axon Man, which is really nice. It's a really cool looking figure. I like it. And I have a better version of the Brigadier than the one that comes in the B&M set. I apologise for my voice, guys. It's very groggy this morning. And then, and then for the Seeds of Doom set, we have the awesome Fourth Doctor figure who looks very, very, just not quite fully there. And I do already have this figure because I do have the 11 Doctors box set, so that's annoying. It's annoying that they just did a straight re-release. They could have maybe put the unhatted head on there, but there you go. He does come with an extra accessory, and that is the cutlass that he uses very briefly. And then next up, I think the best figure of the whole lot, the Crinoid. I mean, just look at this thing. Look at the detail on it. Yeah, it is very much like an Axon, except it's got some minor differences here and there, but it looks so, so awesome. I love it so much. And I think when you display a figure like this on the shelf, it's very eye-catching. It tends to stand out from the rest of them. So I think we'll stay true to episode order, and we'll do the Claws of Axos set first. So I think we're going to start off with the Brigadier. I'll just put these slightly further back. Now, taking a look at him, if you guys have picked up the Claws of Axos unit set from B&M, you pretty much know exactly what to expect with this guy. He is pretty much the original version of that figure. That figure was meant to be an improved version of this, but in my opinion, I think in terms of the way the eyes have been painted and the focus and the overall look of him, I think this version is the massively superior version. I do feel as though the eyebrows and the mustache could have been done a bit better, however, but I think the eyes they've gotten spot on. The unit badge is a very nice addition, as well as the crown badge and the other soldier insignia. Jumper's been very nicely sculpted. He has his little pistol pouch and his buckles. You do have that slight separation in the PVC at the back, which I remember a lot of people got upset about. You see it comes even up to here. The core differences between this and the B&M set is the B&M set version, his hair is basically brown, as well as his mustache. His gloves are a burgundy instead of a black, and his shoes are a glossy black instead of this brown here. So which version is more accurate, I have absolutely no idea because I haven't seen Claws of Axos in so long. But in terms of the actual paint, because that's really the only difference, I still slightly prefer this version, even though the newer version actually has a sort of pinkish hue to the skin to make it look more lifelike. I don't like the new eyes. However, I really wish character would stop giving the newer figures those really cartoony eyes, because these eyes look fantastic. You know, they look really, really well painted. Like, why can't we get eyes like this anymore, character? It's like, oh, the budget won't stretch to that far. It's like, have things really gotten this bad? I mean, with the state of Doctor Who, probably so. In terms of articulation, you probably already know, head can go from side to side. Don't twist it all the way around because you will scratch the paint off. They're on these T-ball joints, so they can roughly come out to the side, but they are hindered by the coat. Also, don't pull too hard because, as you can see, you risk popping the arm off because of the bicep articulation. Speaking of bicep, you do have a 360 at that. The arms can also rotate right the way around. You also can come out to 90 degrees at the elbow, as well as a full 360 at the hand. Also, the only accessory for this entire set is the Brigadier's pistol, so it's nice that they do package it with that. You have a full 360 at the waist. Legs can come forward quite far, but are hindered by the PVC jumper. You also have a full rotation at the top of the leg, as well as a 90-degree bend at the knee. No rotation at the feet. But one thing I do find really strange, is it just me, guys, or are his kneecaps really far down? Like, I swear his knees are where his shins should be. I don't know, I feel like the kneecap should be here, not here. It just looks really weird, and because they use this body on Benton and Yates, as well as the Roboman and Scaroth, they use this body a lot, but because of that, it translates into all those figures, and it's just weird. I can't put my finger on it. I really do think his knees are way too far down, but that's just me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So we'll save the best for last. We'll go with the Axon Man. Now, if you guys have seen my Sensorite set review and my Keys of Marinus set review, you have seen this body before. In fact, this body originally, I believe, was used on Sharazjek from the Caves of Androzani set, and then it was used for this figure. I think it works really well. I really love this figure, actually. I remember seeing it loose on eBay for only about £7, and I was like, I should have bought it. I'm really glad I didn't now, because I've got the complete set. Some people might want to army build this guy, but the thing is that I think there's one Axon Man and 2 Axon women, so I can't be sure if that would make sense. Plus, they'd all look the same because we only have this one figure, so that wouldn't look right. But I love the gold. I love it. It's got a very metalish look to it. Very creepy, actually, and the way they've done it on the hands, and then he's basically got his funny pajamas on. You know, also the Earthshock set, the androids use this body, and the 5 Doctors set, the Raston Warrior Robot, uses this body. So this body has probably seen the most usage out of any other body in the character options line. So you already know what to expect with articulation. The head can go all the way around with ease because there's no collar or anything to restrict it. The arms can come right the way out, and they're not restricted at all. You have a full 360 at the bicep, as well as a 90-degree bend on the elbow. Rotation at the hands. I see why a lot of people get bored of listening to this. Full rotation at the waist, blah-de-blah. Legs can barely come forward because of the sculpting, and I don't advise that you force it, because you can scratch the paint off. You also have a full 360 at the top of the leg, 90-degree bend at the knee, and no articulation at the feet because, you know, a character would have to put effort into it, so only joking. So, yeah. Very nice figure, very, very happy to have. But the figure that I am so happy to have from this set, good old Josephine Grant. This is the best out of all the figures that have been released out of her, simply because she doesn't have that Joker-esque creepy smile. I really like the costume. I love the purple. I love the go-go boots. It kind of reminds me of Daphne from the Scooby-Doo movie. Scooby-Doo 2, yeah, she wears those purple go-go boots. That's quite funny. What a reference. And then you got this very, very nice look on the face. Her eyes are extremely well painted. The hair is nice. There hasn't been any bleed like I've seen on some of them. I've been very lucky. She even has a cute bunny badge. I think it's a bunny. It could be a mouse or a bear. I'm not sure what it is, to be quite frank. But yeah, very nice brown and purple wash, although I don't think I'm a fan of that personally. I like the skirt, I like the boots, but I don't know, the jumper or jacket just isn't really doing it for me. And my God, woman, how many rings do you need? Like, I never noticed she was wearing that many, actually, in the story, but my God, it's like, got enough bling there, Joe. Yeah, very nice hair, which has been painted. So articulation is quite restricted, although actually it can move really well from side to side. Once again, don't want to force it because you don't want to scratch the paint off. You can bring the arms right the way, or well, not right the way out, but far enough. You can full 360 on the bicep. As I said, don't pull because these feel very fragile because they're very thin, so you don't want to snap that off. And I'm just repeating myself here. Oh, look, there's articulation at the waist. The legs can't move because of the skirt. She is wearing knickers because Katie Manning insisted. She didn't want anyone going, ooh. Legs can go back to 90 degrees. And these actually stand pretty well, despite them being heels. You know, female figures are notorious for not being able to stand. And you've also got a slight rotation at the hand. And you guys are getting really fed up with this at the moment. So, overall, I would say this is a really, really nice set, and I am very happy to have it. Now, here is something, not to talk badly of this set, but something I am even more happier to have, sorry guys, is not this fourth Doctor figure, because I already have him, even though he does come with a sword. But I am very, very happy to have this. I mean, as I said at the start of the video, I've just been praising it left, right and centre. And it comes with these awesome little seed pods. One open, one closed. Okay, guys, tell me this, right? Do you not think that the Seeds of Doom is exactly like John Carpenter's The Thing? Tell me that that film wasn't inspired by this story. Watch them back to back and you'll see what I mean. Exactly what I mean. You know, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure John Carpenter probably watched this episode and thought, oh, that's an idea. You know, God, does anyone remember when Doctor Who used to invent things? Nowadays, it just copies things. You know, everyone copied Doctor Who back then, but nowadays, Doctor Who is copying everything else. It's really, really sad when you think about it. So, we'll get the fourth Doctor out the way, because if you have the 11 Doctor set, you know exactly what to expect with this figure. He looks like he's demon-possessed and on drugs. He doesn't look very good at all. I've no idea why they painted him like that. His body's been done really, really well. I love the colour of the coat. My friend Lee says it should be darker, and I say, no, Lee, you're wrong. Just accept it. I know more about the costume than you do, and I didn't even grow up with the show. Sorry, Lee. And then we have his scarf that has been painted on both sides very nicely. You've got his waistcoat and his cravat, which I know is wrong. They keep getting this wrong, apparently. Batman March can tell you all about that. Articulation, oh, here we go again, with the rotation at the shoulder and the bicep rotation, as well as a bend at the elbow, what you expect, and a rotation at the hand. You can't move the head because the scarf's in the way, and the leg comes forward pretty far. He can skip along or happily bend the leg, twist the leg, break his leg, and yeah, he can barely stand because his legs are stuck in this weird kind of outwards position. It's really the scarf that's holding him up, you know, so yeah. I'm not really that interested in it, to be honest, but he does come with the sword, which you can place in his hand very nicely, so now he's just like, come at me, Crinoid, yeah. Yeah, you... To all you green people out there, it's like, yeah, this is what will happen if we eat too many vegetables. This is what will happen. Trust me, guys, it's coming. Plants will rule the world, so we have to stop them while we can. I'm on drugs. Right, so moving on to the Crinoid. Now, very, very unique figure. Absolutely love it. I mean, when you look at a Doctor Who shelf and you see this guy, you know, you see a load of average figures, which are just like, you know, this body being reused again and again and again. And then you see this. Well, it's going to catch your eye, and that's what I love about it so much. If you guys are lucky enough to own the Roger Delgado Master and Axon 2-pack, you will have seen this body before, because this is actually a repaint of that body, just with a few minor differences, such as the vines and the hands and the feet. A difference, the feet actually have toes, on the Axon they don't. Articulation is very interesting. He does have a full rotation up on the belly. His legs are on those very irritating joints that don't allow you to come forward. They kind of just swivel you to the side. The legs can come out all the way to the side, however. There's a rotation at the feet. His arms don't have any articulation in the centre, but you can bring them out to the side, as well as do a full 360 with them. And there is also a rotation at the hand, as well as the head. So, yeah, the articulation's quite limited for this figure. But to be quite honest with you, given its design, I don't really think you would want any more articulation. In fact, to be honest, I wouldn't be that bothered if they didn't put any articulation in the legs, because quite frankly, you're hardly going to display him like this, are you? You know, so I guess they just did it to avoid complaints. Actually, I know why they did it, because this was actually a builder figure originally. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you could pop the bits off. I'm not going to, but there you go. This was actually a builder figure for Wave 2 of the classic series, but for some reason they cancelled it. I don't know why, and instead they just released it in this set with the 4th Doctor years later. So yeah, it's good that we got it. So the Axon is technically a repaint of this, it's just this never came out. So yeah, also if you're wondering, yeah, they've got the face on this, and that also meant that the Axon had the face, which wasn't right. But something you can do, twist the head around, and I'm not gonna lie, that actually looks more like it does in the story. Because the one at the Arctic base doesn't have a face, I'm sure it doesn't, it just looks like an Axon. But then the Keeler Crinoid, the one that Keeler becomes, that does have a face. So yeah, it's nice that you can choose how you want to display that. I'm going to say these are the Crinoid's accessories, but you do have the seed pod, which is very nice. It's got that texturing and detail on it, which that's all good. And then you have the open one, which I really love. It's a shame we don't have a Sarah Jane figure, like she's about to put her hand in it. That would be a cool display piece. So overall, I absolutely adore this set, and good thing too, because I had to pay quite a price for it, but I was happy. Sometimes, guys, when you want something really badly, you just got to go that extra mile, you know, and I still think the seller that I got it off let me have it for a really awesome price, so thank you so much to him. So overall, what do I think of these Doctor Who action figures? Absolutely love them. As I said, I've wanted the Claws of Axos for years, and I am really, really happy to have the Crinoid Seeds of Doom set, because the Seeds of Doom has become one of my favourite Tom Baker stories. They're absolutely awesome figures, and it's such a shame that I missed out on them back in the day, because my life just got consumed by video games, so what can you do? And plus I had no idea what Forbidden Planet was. Honest, never been to one. In fact, only within recent years have I actually been inside one of the shops, but unfortunately there's nothing but Jodie Whittaker's everywhere, so that's really off-putting to me. But these figures are an absolute gem. If you are a classic Doctor Who collector, they are must-haves. See if you can track them down for a reasonable price. Don't pay too much for them, although I will say this Crinoid figure for me was definitely worth the bigger price. And the seller was so awesome, he actually packaged in 2 Earthshock Cybermen for me. So if you guys want to see a review of them, just let me know down in the comments. And let me know what you guys would want to see. Do you want to see more Doctor Who action figure reviews? Let me know, guys, because this channel is just as much about you as it is about me. And I am grateful for every single one of you, as I always do say. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, guys. And, you know, have a great day. And let me know... and I've messed that up, haven't I? Let me try again. So, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Bye-bye. You know what the worst thing is? I'm probably never going to get a girlfriend. It's like this. The moment I bring her back, right, and she sees all of these all over the shelf, she's going to say, "Oh, I left my handbag in my car," and she's just going to drive away, and then that's going to be the end of that. Oh my god, the camera's on. Shh.